good afternoon everyone. I am Anime Karate and I'll be talking about the Calabarzon region. So, Calabarzon is officially known as the region 4A. It's located in southern Luzon and is one of the most progressive regions in the Philippines. The name Calabarzon comes from the first letter of its 5 provinces, which is Cavite, Laguna, Rizal, and Quezon. And the Calabarzon region is also known as the gateway to the south because it's approximately the Metro Manila and its strong economy is driven by industry, agriculture, and tourism. Calabarzon is also rich in history, culture, and natural beauty from Cavite's historical landmark, Laguna's hot spring, Batangas beaches, and Rizal's art and heritage, to the Quezon's colorful festival. So the first province of the Calabarzon is the Cavite. So, kung dumuko Cavite, unsay makuanin siya anang lugar? Cavite. Ha? Unsay nga historic events ang hitabo sa Cavite? Sa Cavite? Ano ba? Isa man yung heroes ang bago na sa Cavite, which is Salazar. Is that? Yes. One din siya murag paring grabe ka mo kanang bansa plano sa Pilipinas. Tapos Grand Cavite Festival. A vibrant celebration that showcases local culture, music, and dance. Visitors can enjoy street performance, food fairs, and exhibits highlighting the Cavite heritage. So, kuan na mga street dance, na kuan dito sa Cavite, ihang culture, ihang heritage. Then, naabot ka ako, Muling-Muling Festival sa Sila, Cavite, a colorful street dancing festival featuring performance in traditional costumes. So, mga traditional costumes dun sa Cavite or sa Pilipinas. Then, we have the food and foods, famous food sa kanang Cavite is pancit kusit or black noodles. Like, paano din siya kanang noodles siya bitaw tayo. Isang noodles na siya o kanang squid. Dahil, di ba, ang squid niya kaya namin na black or something. So, murag, ito na siya ulit. Pangka-color na siya is kanang squid ko ng kawata. Kaya, we have the tamales. Tamales is Cavite tamales are savory rice cake made from ground rice, peanut, chicken, and pork wrapped in banana leaves and steamed. So, mura siya halo-halo bitaw siya foods parehas na gihapon sa tamales. It's popular breakfast or merienda dish, especially during the Palm Festival holidays, showcasing the province's Spanish and culinary blend. So, kini ko na sila is also na sila sa mga breakfast or sa mga night festival nila. Tamales. Or a rice, mga sutang so dito ko. Dito to sabi ko. Then we have the bacalao, Cavite, dish transport. So a Spanish-inspired dish made with salt, poached fish, cooked with tomatoes, potatoes, and olives, usually served during the Holy Week. So mo nila pagkaon sa kasal ng Holy Week o na siya marami sa masago na siya potatoes, tomatoes, Pagkakita siya mais, pancake.
Beans?
O na. Basta may isaw-isaw na dyan siya. Marami ka siya sabi-sabi. Yes, fish. Mga patatas, yung ilan, sari-sari na dyan siya. Depende mo. Dahil lang sa sari-sari na i-dirigate mo na ilahan. Dahil ang ilahan ko ilang product yan ko is handmade shoes, embroidery or furniture. Siguro familiar mo yung kaya isang asaw na sila. Tapos ang ilang native language nila to is Tagalog and Chabacano. Tapos ang English, widely used na siya since English is sila international language. So, may video, ikan sa dyan, para naman
Dominican non-Cavite, a province where the past stays in the future, where the province that was first released, well known for its rich history, birthplace of a large number of nationalities, and home of beautiful people and beautiful places.
I am Nasreen Alpha-Fazil, and I am proud to represent the historical capital of the Philippines, the land of the brave, my home, provincia de Cavite.
which plays an important role in fishing, transportation, and tourism. So Laguna is also home to the natural landmarks such as Mount Makiling, Hot Spring and Los Baños, and Calamba, and numerous waterfalls. So the province experiences a tropical climate with hot and humid summers and a rainy season from June to October. So the transportation and access guide. So Laguna is highly accessible from Metro Manila and 30 provinces. So travelers can reach the province via South Luzon Expressway or XLEX and public transportation such as buses, vans, jeepneys, and tricycles are widely available for local travel. So although Laguna has no commercial airport, so the Ninoy Aquino International Airport in Manila is only 1 to 2 hours away depending sa traffic. So because of its proximity to Manila, Laguna is a popular destination for weekend trips and short vacations. So the 5 mostly attractions are the Rizal Shrine in Calamba City. So one of the Laguna most famous attractions is the Rizal Shrine in Calamba City. So this is the ancestral home of our national hero, which displays his original family features, writings, and memorabilia. So it was declared a national historical landmark in 1940, and it's visited by thousands of students and tourists every year. So the second one is the Pagsanhan Falls, also known as the Magdapio Falls, is about 120 meters, and it's popular for skiing, shooting the rapids, boat ride guided by local boatman called banqueros, a tradition that started in the early 1900s. So next is the Enchanted Kingdom in Santa Rosa. It's the country's largest theme park, offering more than 25 rides and attractions for tourists and families, including popular rides like Space Shuttle and Rio Grande Rapids. Mount Makiling. The next is the Mount Makiling and Los Baños. So, a dormant volcano and a Sian heritage park is a famous for its biodiversity, home to over 2,000 plant species and legendary Diwata or Maria Makiling and local folklore. So, lastly is the Nagcarlan Underground Cemetery. Built in 1845, it's the only underground cemetery in the Philippines and served as a secret meeting place for Filipino revolutions during the Spanish era. It now stands as a historical and cultural treasure, showcasing old dams, chapels, and a unique underground crypt. So now let's proceed to the culture and tradition. So Laguna is rich in culture and heritage, celebrating various festivals that showcase its history and local products. So the festivals are the Anilag and the Banquero Festival. So the Anilag in Calamba highlights the province, the tourism, arts, and agriculture. So while the Pagsanhan or the Banquero Festival honor the boatman who guide visitors to the Pagsanhan Falls. And the province is also famous for its traditional foods such as Bokupay. So we already know what's Bokupay, diba? So and also yes, Songputi. Songputi is kuan. Made from curable milk. Pwede sa kaupuan, ginamot sa kanang cow candy. As well as the local crafts including wood carvings from Paitay. So, ang kanang ilang igamaan is kanang mga religious statues, kanang itong mga statuaan, image to modern sculpture and home decor items. So, ang kaning last is kuhan, paper mache. Paper mache shell. So, kanang for like ko na po, and deep-rooted traditions, Batangas has become one of the most vibrant and admired provinces in the Philippines. From its iconic volcano to its pristine shores, Batangas invites every visitor to witness a destination that is both powerful in beauty and rich in heritage. So now let's proceed to geographic profile. So, Batangas covers approximately 3,190 square kilometers, offering a diverse landscape of mountains, lakes, and coastline. So, on fertile island, it is bordered by Cavite and Laguna in the north, Quezon in the east, and the Verde Island Passage in the south. So, home to one of the most rich marine biodiversity areas in the world. Its tropical climate flourishes both agriculture and tourism, making it an essential province for natural resources and travels. So now let's proceed to accessing the Batangas is highly accessible from Metro Manila with smooth travel via South Luzon Expressway or SLEX and Star Tollway. So it also serves as a major transportation gateway as the Batangas International Port connects Luzon to Visayas, Island like Mindoro and Romblon. Because of its structured public transportation system, buses and vans offers daily routes, making travel convenient for both tourists and locals. So now let's proceed to the five mostly attractions. First is the Taal Volcano and the lake. So Taal Volcano is recognized as one of the world's smallest yet most active volcanoes. So it has erupted more than 30 times with a significant eruption recorded in 2020. Uniquely, it sits on an island inside the Taal Lake, forming a rare volcano within a lake. So, attracting scientists and tourists alike, it creates cratered lake reveals stunning shape of blue and green, changing in appearance with volcanic activity and water condition. So next is the Nagsugbo and Laya Beach. The beach of Nagsugbo and Laya are known for their fine sand, clear water, and tranquil atmosphere. So Laya's gentle waves make it ideal for swimming and seaside relaxation. While Nagsugbo is famous for its pictures, sunsets, and beach camping, Gold Coastline hosts well-developed resort and offer water activities such as snorkeling, kayaking, and paddleboarding. So these beaches are most visited during summer when the sea is calm and inviting. Next is the Fortune Island. So Fortune Island is a former luxury resort island now admired for its iconic wave-inspired pillars that stand romantically with the sea. Though, kanang Batangas and what does it reveal about the Philippines? Miss Agad. So why should people visit Batangas and what does it reveal about the Philippines culture and landscape? Rizal province is manufacturing, are manufacturing, agriculture, and services. So the geographic and physical profile of Rizal province, flat and urbanized areas in the west near Manila Bay and Laguna Bay, and broad hilly terrain in the east forming part of the Sierra Madre Mountains. Magkain ka lang sa Rizal part, ihapon na kanang murag sa linya sa Sierra Madre na doos siya sa Rizal man ang sa palampas na mga typhoon super typhoon parehas sa uwan. Wala kayo ang Rizal. Wala kayo ang Rizal affected and light sa Cebu and tapos because of the Sierra Madre. So the climate of Rizal province are a dry season which is November to April and the wet season May to October. For the transportation and access by land transportation in Rizal province relies heavily on public utility vehicles like buses, jeepneys, and UV Express vans, which connect the province to Metro Manila and neighboring provinces of Laguna and Quezon. So from Metro Manila by car, use the provincial roads like SLEX or the Laguna Rizal Province Road. By public bus, look for the city buses like RRCG, G-Liner, and EMBC heading to Rizal. Or kung by taxi mo or ride-sharing service, direct taxi or AUV. So by sea, Tanang Rizal is not accessible by sea because it's a landlocked area. So by air, there is no direct air transportation to Rizal province. The nearest airports are the Ninoy International Airport in Manila, which is the primary international gateway and start international airport. So let's move to the 5 must-see attractions in Rizal. First is the Masuni Jail Reserve. Masuni Jail Reserve is located in Baras, Rizal. So the top features of Masuni Jail Reserve, such as including Lamang Caves, which is a multi-utilized cave, which features stalactite and stalagmite formations, as well as a man-made fountain. Key attractions include the Sapo covered platform, one ang sa commercial Sapo. A metallic platform with wooden steps that allows visitors to walk a suspended netting above the cars and get a 360-degree view of Sierra Madre and Laguna Bay. So, ang usa po ng features is Tatay Peak with a beauty effect and the giant grove hammock. The park is managed by the Masuni Tourism Foundation Incorporation and Blue Star Development, offering hanging bridges and activities. So next is the Daranang Falls. So Daranang Falls is 14 meters of 46 feet waterfall located in the municipality of Banana. One of the most popular tourist attractions is the Daranang Falls came from the Tagalog word Dadanang, which means to flow, certain form of Daranang. The latter word was used to describe the flowing water of the falls. Next is the Amonong Pit Ruins. So these are the oldest known artworks in the Philippines. Historical sites, this is featuring 107 engraved human and animal figures on rock wall and cave sheltered in Amonong Rizal. Munang sa kanang human engraved na human and animal engraved. During the dating back to is a historic pilgrimage in the historic pilgrimage of the city of Antipolo. The museum was founded in 2010 publicly exhibits art collection of Filipino muralists and patron of the arts, Dr. Joseph Balna. So next is the Saint Joseph Parish Church. So kani kay St. Jerome Parish Church, commonly known as Morong Church, is a Roman Catholic church located in Morong, Rizal, Philippines. The St. Jerome Parish Church in Morong, Rizal, built from 1650 to 1680. It is a significant cultural and historical landmark known for its Chinese Baroque architecture and its role in the Philippines Revolution. Constructed using local materials, it has undergone renovation most notably in the 1850s by Bartolome Batuba, which added the facade as bell tower. Its history is marked by local contribution to its construction and its use as refuge by Spanish forces during the Revolution before the invasion of the empire. So, for the local festival of Rizal, we have here the famous one, Higanos Festival. It is an annual cultural event in Amono, Rizal, held in November to celebrate the feast of its patron saint, Saint Clement. It is main featured is the parade of giant paper mache puppets, which are often decorated with colorful costumes and accessories. The festival is showcase of Amona's artistic heritage, reflecting the town's identity as a center for the arts. Mo itong gitawag ng middle of the Philippines ang Rizal na because of this Higanos Festival na may kayo sa Rizal. So the next is the Hanim Festival. Hanim Festival is an annual public celebration of the Rizal and is a multifaceted event showcasing the municipality's agri-ecotourism, arts, and culture. The festival, which takes place in November, also includes events like the Hanim Mountain Festival Trail Run, various culinary events, and the official celebrations that commemorate the ninth history. So the 15th Hanim Festival is scheduled for November 14th and to 16th, 2025.
Okay na?